my channel. This is Cindy from Studioloo. So I have another journal that I finished this week. I thought I would do a little journal flip through tonight. It is Tuesday night right now, so I'm filming this in fake light, not daylight, but I thought I would just try to go ahead and share it anyhow. So I'm just calling this journal Little Mushrooms because that's what I stuck right there. And this was a vintage book. It was an old book that was basically about the first man to try to conquer and map the North Pole and the South Pole, and it was just kind of full of gruesome stories about the challenges that you would run into trying to do something like that geographically, but also stories about how Inuit and Indigenous people really saved his life. And so there were some interesting stories, but you know, with literature from that period, you don't necessarily know how fictional it is or what have you. And the book wasn't in wonderful condition. Structurally it was, but the pages itself are quite old and brittle and torn. And so I thought I would just seal the whole journal and I would make it into a journal because it was a beautiful color. I love this like tealy aqua kind of book cloth. And so I used this sticker on the front because I covered sort of an image that wasn't that nice to look at. And it has these beautiful snails climbing up a mushroom, and it's all like kind of Art Nouveau looking. This is original to the book, these beautiful flowers. And then I put these flowers above that have little pearls on them. So this is all sealed in and it has really nice texture. And then I just kind of inked around the book to give it a bit of interest. And the way that this book closes is through eyelets on the front and back. And there's this long red ribbon. I always love like aqua blue and red together. Those were my wedding colors. And so I'm always really, really stoked to use those colors. This book, I'm trying to remember 2, 4, 5 signatures in this book. So let me open it up and we will just get started. So this book didn't really have a specific theme. I would say it has a bit of surrealism and a bit of a nature undertone. So here on the end papers, I used these incredible illustrations that was from, it was from a book of like legends essentially. So they're beautiful illustrations, and I will get to the back later, but I just wanted to show you that the end papers are essentially matching. They're from the same book. So the whole book has been bound with fabric. And on the first page, there is an altered paper clip that holds this piece of paper up top. Let's see if I can slide that off there. So this is just a Nick Bantock book page, beautiful images. And then this is the altered paper clip that I made. And this is just a lovely piece of scrapbook paper. And so this is just extra writing space, and that just slides right on there on the back like that, and then you can just pop it over the top of the page as well. There we go. And then on this side there's a pocket that's been collaged and has some iridescent silk. And then inside, as I was telling you, I used this book of legends, and so this is reflective, and it is this sort of Asian inspired image, and it's really pretty. And then the back is just for writing on. So it's just a lovely little add-in, kind of a big journal card there. And this is dyed paper. And some construction paper. I left a lot of writing space in this book. This is cabbage and eco-printed paper. And then on this side, this is a coffee-dyed cotton doily. And then here inside is this is original ephemera. So this is the I guess the Conan family maybe. or no, it's the Boulding family. So on the back, you can see how old this is. Mr. and Mrs. John Boulding. So I'm guessing Conan is maybe the company that did the photography in Elora, Ontario. So it's a beautiful couple with these flowers all around them. And that's just like a journaling card or just a piece of ephemera, a photograph for you to enjoy. And then this is just another pretty page with, this is acrylic painted so that you can write on it. And then on the inside is this beautiful two-sided image, again from the same book. You'll see this like a theme that goes throughout the book, some images from the same book. And then I just put this little nice New Zealand stamp up here. And this is a collaged pocket with sort of a nature theme. And then inside is this tall journal card, just for extra writing. And you'll see throughout this journal, there's sort of like wet ink blots. I did a bit of an experiment with ink blotting paper, and I really love how it sort of gives a little dimension to the paper. And then this is more eco-printed paper. You'll see the iron really took on that page beautifully. It really gave it some nice markings. The back is much more floral. And then this page is another altered paper clip, and inside it is the Across the Zodiac by Edwin Palander. It's a postcard from the British Library. And that's just extra writing space. There we go. And then this is just a dyed page with some nice botanicals at the bottom. And then this is a pressed flower, and then just some typewriter writing on a little card. And then on this side we have a collaged pocket with a bit of a naturey theme. And inside is another collage on a journal card with some fabric on top. And this is another Nick Bantock page. Just beautiful artwork from his books. And on this side, we have a coloring book page of a city. And it's really, really lovely. And then this large journal card that tucks into this altered paper clip. And it's, I guess it's upside down, a tree with its roots coming down. And then in the background is just different nature map sort of themes. So that's just a large journaling card to write on. And another cityscape, and then just a little cutout on this red page. And these are leaf rubbings that I did. And on this side we have a journal card with a bird with map paper, and behind it is this is encyclopedia paper that has been dyed with Easter egg dye. And inside are a couple of things. So I wanted to provide a little bit of weird ephemera in this. So this is actually what are they called? CB radio identification cards. So back in like, I would say that CB radio was popular up until the maybe mid to late 80s, and that's maybe when it went away. But it was used by, I mean, today it's still used, like band radio, truck drivers still use it, I believe, but like people used to use it all the time, just to kind of communicate through like open, it was like having like a radio in your living room that you could speak on a certain channel to anyone who was listening. And it might be that you had friends, or it might be that, like, you know, you were just talking randomly, but it was a shared channel, and everybody had like a nickname. So a lot of people who were really into this would get their own identification cards. So this is what this is. I managed to get a collection of these from like an estate sale. And so this was a guy from Coburg, Ontario, who used the name Hugger2. And so these were like, I guess, his coordinates and stuff. I don't know everything about this whole thing. I didn't really I used it maybe when I was a little kid because my dad had one, and it was really funny because my mother used to, sometimes my dad would leave the house and my mother would be at home and she would want him to pick up something from the store, so she would talk on the CB radio and say like, can you pick up milk? And she would use like his nickname, and then you would hear all these other people sort of teasing him because like my mom was telling him to do chores over the radio, so it was actually kind of cute. And then also inside this pocket is a journal card with sort of a nature theme in back with a bird and a snail, and it's just been collaged and has more of that coffee dyed doily on top, and it's been stitched on the back, just sort of freeform quilting. And then this is just a jelly print that I did. And on this side we have a pocket that's been collaged. And this is a bird and a sort of a gilded cage and a journal card with this pretty bow. And then this is more of that book of fables. This one is like a weasel and some pretty flowers. And then on this one, on the inside, I left in the story of the owl and the turtle dove. So it's like a really pretty legend. I'll read it. I'll read this one to you. I'm sort of like a little bit losing my voice. So a turtle dove met an owl. Where are you off to? Asked the turtle dove. I am moving to the east, replied the owl. Why are you moving? Asked the turtle dove. The birds here don't like the sound of my hoot, the owl replied. That's why I'm moving to the east. A few days later, the turtle dove met the owl again. This time the owl was flying north. It would be a good thing if you could change the way you hoot, said the turtle dove. Otherwise, wherever you move, there will be birds who won't like the way that you sound. You can move to the east or to the west. You can move to the north or to the south, but you can never move away from yourself. This is kind of cute. And then on this side is this little bat and more of those pretty flowers and more jelly print and more Easter egg dyed paper. And here we have a belly band with some collaging. And in behind is this lovely bird journal card. And more leaf rubbings. And more red construction paper. And then this is just a beautifully dyed, this is cabbage dye on large format encyclopedia paper. And there's an altered paper clip that keeps it on top of this cityscape paper. And on the back, it's just very dyed and pretty. So this is just a super long piece of paper, actually, that goes on down both sides. And then here we have a reflective mirror page. Maybe you can see my light or my ceiling or my camera. And then here we have a little bit of surrealism. So on the pocket is this old bird card, and this is on scrapbook paper, and inside is this journal tag with this this is a Nick Bantock image of a cat wearing a sort of an aviator jacket and a helicopter in the background, and I've collaged the whole thing. So, and this is actually my hand spun yarn on top. It's the little details. And more cabbage paper and ink blotting. And this is like more of that coloring book page of city paper. And then this is a fold out just for lots of extra writing space. It's like actually a trifold, and it has nature themes, a firefly, butterflies, a bee, a fish, and this bird. And on this side, this is sort of a double themed spread in the center of this signature. This is the third signature, so it's the very center of the book. And it's this beautiful embroidered sari. The sari itself is cotton and all of the embroidery threads are silk. It's an absolutely beautiful piece of fabric. So both sides make pockets. So on this side, we have a collage journal card that has this nice jute ribbon at the bottom. It's got this vintage bird and a wasp's nest and some botanicals. And the back's been collaged as well. And that just tucks into here. And then this is actually Nick Bantock book page again. And then this journal card has the same kind of construction. So it's got all these beautiful flowers and a nest, and on top the same jute cord, and it's a journal card. So it just pops in here. Sort of an upsy-downsy. And then just some more of the red paper, and then another altered paper clip that holds this little guy. More ink blotting up here on this sort of cityscape paper, and this is like a cabinet of curiosities kind of journal card. And then more cabbage dye paper. And on this side we have a pocket with a rose and some collaging. And inside is this collaged journal card with this beautiful yellow bird and fabric on top. And it's been stitched around. And just some nice yellow to kind of contrast or go with this page a little bit. And more of that reflective paper. And on this side we have a journal card in a pocket. This has been all crazy quilted with this flower and some ribbon. And then inside is actually, this is a journal card from the story of Pandora. So it's this beautiful image. And on this side we have a belly band, and this is fabric. This has been free motion quilted on top of the paper, which is a coffee dye collage. And then this is just a journal card of just some beautiful like fiber art. And another dyed piece of paper, some blue papers, eco-printed paper, and then another of those beautiful legends. And in here we have another story called Two Pairs of Eyes. I won't read that one to you. I will let you see it if you pick up this journal. This is another botanical eco-printed page, watercolor paper, more blue pages and dyed paper. And then on this side we have sort of a double flip place to write. So here we have this lovely praying mantis and the moon, and then a little cutout here where you see a butterfly peeking through. So you can actually open this one down, and there's more writing space and a little bee here. And this one opens up, and there's more writing space there. And on this side we have a fabric belly band on top of a book page, and these beautiful peonies. They're roses, actually. Those are roses. And then this is just another piece of original ephemera that I got. So this is the souvenir view folder of Thetford Mines from Quebec, Canada. It was given to Mr. and Mrs. Pickett of Burlington, Ontario. And it has a stamp, and let's see if it has a date on it. But it's all about the Thetford Mines. So it's like different streets in, I guess, I don't know where this is. I guess somewhere in Quebec. It doesn't specifically tell me, but just different landmarks in that area. Beaver Mine, Johnson's Mill. So they've written there what the different landmarks are. But it's all mining related. And then on the back, I thought these are just really a bunch of journal cards. You could just write on all of those. You could write and keep it in this accordion fold, and just keep it inside your journal. Or you can just enjoy it. You don't even have to write on it, but you can do either. So that just tucks right in this little fabric belly band. And this is more leaf rubbing. And this is a pocket with this bee, and this is a journal card with some flowering burdock on it, and some fabric up top. And then this is another altered paper clip. This is on top of Brazilian crochet blueprint paper. And inside are a couple of things, I think. Yeah. So let me just slip that right off. So there's this, it actually folds over the page, and it's just a double-sided pretty picture of roses. And inside is another journal card with like a succulent illustration on top and some nice gold, and very pretty. And so I'll just show you the other side of that page before I put this back on. And that just goes on there like that. And this is an altered paper clip that just holds it on. There we go. And this is a jelly print that I did. And this is a cabbage dyed paper doily. And then just more of that book page from the Book of Legends. And I've covered this up with some handmade paper from Koreatown in Toronto. And then a beautiful image, just sort of like the front book page. More jelly print. And then some of that same jute ribbon from the journal cards is down the side of this page. And then on this side we have a bit of a bird theme going on. So we have another vintage bird card on a pocket, and then this really fun journal card of all of these lovely yellow and white budgies. Real yellow theme on some of these pages. And this time, instead of trimming all the threads, I left them because I've learned that a lot of people really like that aspect, to have the threads left in the paper. So I think I will do that from now on. I now really feel like it's very charming and nice to touch. And on this side we have, this was actually made from a book cover. It's got a really nice texture to it. It's kind of that plasticized linen, and inside is a journal card, and I free motion quilted this fabric on, and there's some nice yarn here, and I left the stitching on the back. And that just tucks right in there. And then this is just more of that beautiful Korean paper and some leaf rubbing and a little nature image, some oak leaves. And this is just this little swan that just holds on to this big journal card of the story of Pandora. So it's front and back. And so you can just write away on here on this beautiful coloring book page. And this just opens and you just pop it in there. And that is the end of this journal. So this journal will be going up in my Etsy shop probably at some point this week, along with the two from the last two videos I posted, the teddy bears on a toboggan and squirrel nutkin. Hadn't had a chance to post them yet, but I just wanted to get the video walkthroughs up so that they're there. And thank you again so much for watching. All of my social media information is in the description box, and I would love it if you subscribed. Have a great day.